What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're going through the price of Bitcoin. What are the most important levels of resistance and support to see a sign of weakness or a sign of strength? Now, we do have a lot of bullish news, such as the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF being approved in Hong Kong. Now, is there going to be enough liquidity getting into a Bitcoin for the price to actually go all the way up to all-time high? Now, there is a lot of short liquidations above all-time high and even above $71,000. So could there be a possibility of going to higher levels? This is what we're going to talk about in today's episode, so make sure to stay tuned till the very end. And we're going to start off, obviously, with the pure local technical analysis to take a look at the high probability movements for Bitcoin in the next coming hours and coming days. Remember, if you are interested in trading, Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform. This is where I do most of my trading. You also got 𝗬𝟏, which has a great bonus down below, just in case you cannot trade on Bybit because of KYC. Just with an email and a password, you can get trading on 𝗬𝟏, and you got the best deals down below. Let's go right away here through the technical analysis. I'm going to keep it extremely simple. For me, there is no doubt that this is a corrective structure right there. No doubt that this does not look impulsive to the downside. We have high probability that the all-time highs are going to be claimed in the next coming days, if not weeks. That is, if we do get one more leg to the downside. I do see this as just a large ABC move down, and mainly because on the B wave, we've had 3 waves here. So it's extremely easy to detect that this is not impulsive. This is not impulsive to the downside. This is just very likely an A wave, a B wave right there. You can see the 3 waves just slightly getting above that A wave, that C wave right there. And right now we are in the C wave. The question is, of course, on everybody's mind, was this the end of the C wave right there? Or are we going to get another push to the downside? Now, of course, this C wave can come all the way down to round about $52,000. That would be the extension here from the 1.618 from the A wave top here to the bottom to the top here of the B wave, and that 1.618 is taking you almost to $51,000. Now, this is where we do have a high volume node here, as you can see on Bitcoin from price action of February. Got a high volume node exactly at the 1.618. This is a level that you actually need to pay close attention. You need to have some alerts down there, because if you want to try and catch a falling knife, which is not recommended, you wouldn't want to catch the recovery from that level. It's definitely one of those levels that, a lot of people are going to be very fearful. My goodness, what a drop of $10,000 for whatever event happens in the world. And then this is going to be one of those levels that you are going to get a bounce of several $1,000s. This is, all about trading, getting those plans ready, high confluence levels, just like what we have, we had just a few days ago, basically hitting a really important level of support when we did get that rejection all the way down here to $64,800. When you take a look at the fixed volume profile, we were basically hitting that value area low of this entire trading zone. Now, what's happened here during the last 24 hours? Yes, we did get a leg down right there. Bounced back up. We got rejected from value area low. We did get that rejection. We did move down several $100s, if not, over $1,000. And then we're back above here, value area low. So is this bullish? Do we have the possibility that this C wave has finished? When I do take a look at the counts, of course, what I do see here is this is a 1 wave. This is a 2 wave, no doubt. And right now, the question is, have we seen already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there? And we are in the 4th wave, and we're going to create one more leg to the downside right there in a 5-wave structure in an ABC. And then we're going to get a move to the upside in the next coming days. Or has this been already finished with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Now you're almost slightly overlapping here with this 4th wave. Has this been the finish of the C wave? I don't think so. I think we're going to get one more leg here to the downside. And let me talk about the most important level of resistance to see a sign of strength. And that level is the same one that we mentioned just a few days ago. Taking a look at the VPVR, we would have to get a massive breakout above $58,000. This is where we have that high volume block finishing right there. And of course, this would invalidate the case of this being a fourth wave, and we are going to get one more leg to the downside. This would mean that the C wave has already finished because you're overlapping the first wave down. If you do get above $68,000, I probably said $58,000 before, my bad, $68,000, then of course I would be looking at the price to get continuation to the upside. That would be a clear sign of strength. The probabilities in creating a higher low and breaking through to go above $71,000, $72,000 are just very, very high, because you would not see this no longer as a C wave down, looking for a fifth wave down. This means that this would be finished in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The C wave has finished, and we're looking for those all-time highs if we get an explosive breakout above $58,000. Now, I do not want any choppy volatility above $58,000, because this could create a swing failure pattern from the lower highs of the 13th of April, basically before yesterday. This is a great level. This could get a huge rejection of at least a few $100, the $68,000 range right there, because it could be the ultimate level, okay, for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get the 5. You would not want the price to overlap that first wave. It could be the ultimate level. You're at least going to get a smaller reaction of a few $100, possibly down to the VWAP, possibly to this resistance high that we have created during the last few hours. We're just going to have to play the levels, okay? So possible rejection is right there at $68,000. If we do manage to break through that level, we got the lower high resistance from the last few days. This could definitely be a bump and run scenario as well. You got the bump phase during the last few days. We're going sideways. We're coming to that lower high trend line. If we do break through that level, maybe in between today and tomorrow, explosive breakout, possibly hitting $70,000, it's going to be looking very bullish. I would see this as a resistance support flip. You're breaking through here. This means that this C wave has finished, and you're looking to claim that massive amount of liquidity that you do have sitting above $71,800. There is a few $1 billion in short liquidations. You got the funding rate going negative, so there are people shorting. That is really healthy for the market to get a large move to the upside in the coming days. And you have this, of course, you have the Hong Kong approving spot Bitcoin ETF, but also the Ethereum ETF. That is very, very bullish mid-long term. Now, Hong Kong, I'm not too sure. They are going to bring in a few $1 billion of inflows, but we do have outflows from Grayscale. Inflows in the US are not extremely large like last month. Bitcoin's already over $1.3 trillion market cap, a $25 billion from Hong Kong inflows in the next coming days. It's just not going to have a massive, massive impact. We're not going to go to $100,000, right, in a matter of a few days. So we are on the sidelines. This is bullish for the mid-long term, no doubt, but short term, I don't think much is going to happen. We do have the Bitcoin halving in 4 days. Also very bullish for the mid-long term. Short term, this is basically a big fat nothing burger. I would not expect much happening to the upside based on the Bitcoin halving. It's probably going to get a drop, to be honest. Now, to the downside, I would not be really interested in attempting a long position, just purely based on that speculation that we still have one more leg to the downside to complete this EABC scenario, and a drop below $60,000 is definitely possible. I'm not going to try attempting a long position here for a swing failure pattern. I mean, I would attempt a swing failure pattern from this low, so get the wick, get back above. Possibly for a scalp, be very defensive. I would prefer for those swing longs, okay, get the movement down and find a strong base looking for those local double bottoms, sideways momentum, and then just look for the long position, okay? Be very, very chilled, because this leg down in a C wave can come all the way down to below $52,000, right? Based on the 1.618 extension. I would rather wait for a range. To be honest, guys, this is what I'm looking for. Get into a range. You could swing failure pattern. Yes, it's a quick, risky, long position. If you do get above $68,000, this is bullish. I would be looking for all-time high. This is going to be it for today's episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Check out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform. Thank you very much, and I will see you in a live stream later.